Welcome to Bubbles and Breakdowns, a space designed for you to show up as your beautifully imperfect self, where we dive into the good, the bad, and the bubbly. I'm Katrina.
And I'm Ashley.
And happy Love Month, continuing on with our love theme. Ashley, you want to take us through?
I mean, love is in the air,
It is.
We're talking about actually one of my favorite kind of topics and things about Valentine's Day. I mean, I love my husband, but where my girls at?
Where are my girls?
Galentine. How can we say it? And just that importance of that female presence and friendship and what that means, right? You know, Galentine's has evolved into this cultural moment for honoring these platonic soulmates, which I think they are soulmates.
I agree.
In our lives. So this episode explores why female friendships aren't just social luxuries, but they are really a necessity to our lives. Mm-hmm. We're moving beyond the brunch, and we're talking about the deep, gritty, transformative power of women showing up for women.
Oh,
That's powerful to me.
when I hear that phrase, women showing up for women, and if I were to go back when I was younger, I had no clue what that really meant. You know, when you're in your teens and 20s and even part of my 30s, I was just like, women showing up for women. Like, what is this? But now I truly, truly know. But what does that mean to you? Maybe we could talk about women showing up for women and how that has maybe, shown up in your friendships in your life.
Totally. And I think when I just hear that, and I even hear you talking about when I was younger, I don't know, knew what that meant. I just think a simple gesture can go such a long way for people. Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of where it starts. Just pure, unique gestures of kindness and love and showing up for people. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's everything. It could be small, it could be big, it could be a phone call.
A text.
Yes, just something that shows I'm there, I'm thinking about you, how are you, right? And I think in this day and age where we have so much going on, to make that mental space to think of someone is kind of where I think it all starts.
I agree. And you know what's so interesting is I find that my anxiety or my stress level will go down when I actually just think about others, instead of myself. It's boring. We sit here and think about ourselves, but we start thinking about our friends and go, oh, what's going on in so-and-so's week? Or what do they have going on? And then that's when you feel compelled.
Absolutely.
Right? So it is about investing that mental real estate and then physical real estate by making the time and sending the text or doing a popover when your friend's having a tough week or dropping soup off or, whatever that looks like. I think it's super critical. Mm-hmm. And I think about my relationships over the years, and we've talked about this a lot where, you mentioned platonic soulmates and the value of that. When that phrasing comes up for me, I'm thinking to myself of there's people in our lives that see us in different lenses, right? So we talk about our husbands and yes, or in your case, listening, your partner or your whoever you're with. And that's a different lens, right? And maybe you feel a soul connection and there's a lot of love. But when you look at a friend, to me, it actually takes in some areas a more importance. And what I mean by that is I'm not looking to that friend to take care of my children. I'm not looking to that friend.
But if you could, please come on over.
Hey, that's an act of love, right? Yes, absolutely. Taking care of your children. Right. That's a huge act of love. But then, sexual intimacy is not a part of that. And there's less of a direct exchange where you just are there because you want to be there for that person. Mm-hmm. You like being around them. And to me, I feel it's the biggest expression of my self-worth reflecting back at me. Where if I'm around a friend who sees me, not just for what I am, because let's be honest, that's a hot mess some days.
Hot mess express.
It is. Some days we are just
last week I was did I put makeup on at all?
No, you don't
Not
have to.
It matters, but I'm I don't think. And then because the reason I thought of it, my son started touching my eyelashes, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh, he hasn't seen mascara on his mom in a hot minute."
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I hear you there.
But they, it's okay, they see us for maybe who we are, all of those unpolished parts that we talk about. But then it's also they see us for better than we see ourselves, and I think that's where when we have friends, when you talk about women supporting women, it is for me, Ashley, on a very psychological self-worth level of, hey, this person, when you forget, is going to hold up a mirror and go, oh no, you're way better than that. Why? No, you can do this. Or why would you talk about yourself that way? Or have you ever thought about this? You could do this in your career. And they take you to a place where you no longer are feeling bad about yourself.
Mm-hmm. And I think too, just thinking of friendships, people come in when you need them, I think. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just trying to think of how you said, you know, all these different relationships and how it's different than your spouse. And I mean, obviously you've been with your spouse for a very long time.
Yeah, 19 years.
Right? Long time. But I feel like too, with some of my friends from back in the day, like we've evolved together.
Yeah.
And we've grown together. Or even the friends, like newer friends like you and I think you attract people to where you are.
Yeah.
And there's something, I don't know, refreshing to me about that the universe and life is giving you what you need in the moment.
Yes. And then you're actually like dropping any of those historical personas of yourself that you've outgrown.
Totally.
And like I see you as a different person than maybe your group that you grew up with, right? And rightfully so, because I met you at a different inflection point in your life of where I don't know what it was to be friends with you when you were 15.
Wild ride.
I know. I mean, I probably would have had a great time. But like thinking about, you know, a lot of people out there who maybe headed into Valentine's Day and they don't have a partner, you know, especially women. I mean, as we're talking about Galentines, I actually really love that this is a thing now.
Me too.
Where it's like growing up, I wasn't necessarily, you know, programmed by my upbringing to look to women to be close with and da-da-da-da. But now I've grown into that, and it's obviously coming out of a place of need and desire of like, I really enjoy and cherish these friendships. So if you're going to get together, put together a little gift basket for each other, like I think it's really beautiful, and that you can celebrate that love and not just the love of like a lifetime partner.
Totally. And I think too, it's one of those times to express like, I really care about this friendship, right? If that's not done on a regular basis, just to really kind of like take it back. Like last night I got together with two of my great friends, and it just, you know, it just really refreshing. Like I feel, my husband woke up the day, he's like, how was last night? And I said, great. He's like, I could tell. I see it in you. Cause I just told him, I was like, I always feel re-energized, refreshed, like gaining back a piece of me a little
energizing.
bit. It is, you know, I think just to have these conversations and laughs and being silly and goofy and, you know, just kind of letting go of just the serious focus of day-to-day life when you are kind of in that, you know, in that groove, the monotony of it all, just to kind of like get out of it, laugh, and just be like, oh, I needed that. You know, just a different kind of release.
Well, and it's what you're explaining. It just tells me with those friends, Ashley, is like you felt very safe.
So safe.
And like to be your dorky self, to say the thing that you might not say to other people. And like that right there is the reason why relationships and friendships at a very deep level, it has like a chemical reaction. Like this is going to give us that oxytocin boost. That's going to be our feel good hormone that then is all the reasons why you're feeling that. Like this has, I'm sure, like a lot of chemically related components to it.
Totally.
In your body. So
right.
it's no wonder.
It's not fight or flight, right? I'm not fighting anything. I'm not fleeing anything.
No, you're just
I am embracing and feeling the good.
And that those are the moments that I feel like we don't give enough. So like even thinking about winter, you know, like winter is coming.
This winter, I feel like, is this a weather podcast now?
It's been horrible.
Let's just take a moment
to just talk about the death of our souls. I know. So for real, like, so this winter, you know, my husband will say he experiences seasonal affectiveness disorder. I can attest to that, but my kids are now starting to realize, they'll be like, when is the sun coming back? Is there sun up there? You know, and I'm like,
can we go outside today?
I'm like, countdown to spring, honey pies. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But I said to my husband the other day, I go, we need to be more intentional of setting up time with our friends.
Yes.
More importantly than ever in these months where we're all like hermit crabs and like don't come out to see the sun, we need to be having social connection even more. And Galentine's is like a wonderful opportunity.
Wonderful. And I feel like I've seen these memes. This is like I think it's all the rage right now, but it just like everything. And again, okay, I use meme for anything I see on Insta.
That's fine.
Is that a meme? Is it a real? I don't know. Is it a quote?
It's a real meme.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it. But so for intents and purposes, a meme is just something on Instagram I saw. But like, I've seen this everywhere about just spending only 12 minutes in a quality conversation with your friend gives you all these benefits of this happiness, that oxytocin,
Yes.
everything. 12 minutes.
That's all we need.
That's all we need. I mean, I need like a week, but
I would take it. Yeah.
12 minutes.
I
That
love
kind
it.
of changes my perspective a bit too about like, make a quick call,
Yes.
have a quick text, whatever. Mm-hmm. It changes your mood.
It changes your mood. And there was another thing that, as you were just saying this, I remember them even saying 7 minutes. And it was like, don't you have 7 minutes? 7 minutes to call the friend. And so also I have to just like call myself out. I have been in this stupid social swirl lately. And because I've had a lot going on. There's some things going on professionally. There's obviously the winter. There's a lot of stress right now.
Wait,
in
what's
my
a
life.
social swirl?
My social swirl is that digital like screen swirl where
No.
I'm like, I'm going to this social platform, then I'm going to this social platform, and then I'm looking at
Wait,
these
is that what
reels.
that's called?
I'm calling it a social
I kind
swirl.
of love it because
Okay.
it like you swirl
You are
around.
swirling around.
Oh my God. And it makes you feel crazy.
Yes,
Like a
and
tornado.
the other day, I was like, gosh, I need to get off of this. And then I put it down and I called my mom. And I said, if I have time to sit here doing this social swirl, I have time to call my mom. And
that.
of course, it's always good to talk to your mom. It's good to talk to your friends, or maybe it's not so good to talk to your mom sometimes. I get that too. But like, just that human connection. I feel like we tend to indices so heavily on these like screens and social platforms, and we're like out there looking for these quick hits of dopamine, and what we need is the 12 minutes. Ashley, like we need to get out there and make the phone call to the friend.
And I seriously feel so depressed after all the social swirls.
Yes,
Like it's awful. I know we've talked about that previously, but it really is.
yes,
It's so hardwired at this point that it's
nasty.
really sad.
Sad, and it's like you don't even realize what it's robbing from you
I
in
know.
the moment, and then you're like, a half an hour went by.
Oh my God. And like, don't we just talk about all we want is more time?
Yes, and well, there it is.
There it is.
Exactly. So, and then, as it relates to relationships, I think that we talked about this just briefly. We are constantly on this evolution for self-love and becoming our own best friend. And we're going to have an upcoming episode focused on just that. So please, check that out. But in short, focusing on female friendships, it helps with our own self-love.
Absolutely.
So what you just shared about like last night and having that time, like you could be your full self with those friends, or all the parts that maybe you suppress on your day-to-day as you're taking care of your kids and running a household. And so it's like, we aren't seeing ourselves clearly because you're not even focused on yourself half the time.
Like I said, makeup, and it's like, not like I need makeup, but it makes me feel good about we all have these things, right? To be like, get ready in the morning, you make your bed, like, right? Like all these things, when you get too busy to discover those items, I feel like your stock goes down.
100%.
And
your self-stock. Because
Yes.
then you just kind of see yourself as the doer, and like you're
Totally.
just constantly producing, and then you establish and entangle your worth with how much crap did you get done today.
Totally.
And what your friends see you for is how they feel around you.
Right.
And they mirror it back to you.
Absolutely. And I think there is, like you're saying, this giving someone advice or hearing out their problems, and usually these conversations that happen, right? It is so, I feel myself when I'm giving someone advice, like, you're right, my self-love ticker goes up because I'm like, oh, I'm helping someone. Look how good of a friend I'm being. Like, it's like all subconsciously, but it's like, okay, that's why I think part of the reason you leave these conversations, you feel better because you're participating in society and you are giving someone, like, I don't want to say a gift, a verbal gift, but like, like something of merit, of worth, to maybe like you care about that person so much, you're helping their life. And how can that not make you feel better about yourself, right? Like you care about them. now you're starting to care about yourself more. We are a society based on connection.
100%. And it's fundamental to longevity, health, and happiness.
Exactly. So I think it all plays together. All these themes we keep talking about and coming back and just really shows that worth. But I feel like, too, we need to start looking at that differently of like, can we take our own advice?
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think we're so critical of ourselves. A lot of the things I tell my friends are what I need to hear for myself. So it's like, why can they heed that? But I crumble in a corner.
Yes. And I think when we dive into that topic more, there's such great little phrases and things we could be reprogramming, but it's a reprogramming. Like,
it is.
Unless you think you're the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas, like throw in, appropriate analogy or metaphor. It's like, you are not sitting there being like, I'm the most awesome person in the entire world. Everything I do is amazing. Like, I'm fabulous. No, you're sitting like me being like, oh, I could have done that better. Or, gosh, I shouldn't have eaten that. Or, oh, I didn't work out today. I'm just such a lazy person. These are horrible things. And your friends, if you have friends that would say that to you, first of all, you might want to consider the time to move on. But if
that's a fight or flight.
this
Fly
person,
the hell away from that person.
Yes, but your real friends are going to hold you up and be like, you had a rough week. Oh my gosh, of course you didn't exercise today.
Or, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have eaten it.
Yeah, or I love you, and you're right. Next time, maybe you'll feel better if you don't.
For sure.
Like, that's a real friend.
Yes,
absolutely.
Sure.
So I think lots of benefits, feeling safe, being, having that whole reduction of stress, feeling like a better person. I mean, I was reflecting on this and I was sharing with Ashley as we were preparing for this episode. I have this friend that just sees me for arguably more than I really believe that I am, or better than I really believe that I am.
We're going to call her our hype girl.
She's my hype girl.
And we all need a hype girl.
I love the hype girl.
I love a hype girl.
I mean,
and especially this age, when we think we need it the most.
Yes.
To have someone in your corner hyping you.
Yeah. I don't need the knock it down person because I do that to myself all day. So my hype girl will say to me things like, I just see you doing more. I see you with a bigger impact. I see you, becoming wildly successful. And I'm just like, that is the nicest gift that she has ever given me, is just those words of expansion and having somebody who then can not just reflect yourself back to you, but encourage you to keep going, to expand yourself in a direction that maybe you don't even think is possible. Those are your true girls. Those are your gals that you want to be with for the rest of your life.
When you have more than that surface level conversation in those 12 minutes, when you have it is, I don't know, it's soul changing.
Yes.
A little bit.
You feel aligned. You feel like you aren't alone. How often do all of us, no matter how many people we have around us, can feel alone? Maybe it's in your work situation where you feel like nobody gets it. Or maybe it's in your home where you and your husband are just ships passing in the night tending to your children's needs or the home. Or maybe you're working too much. And to have people who you just can settle in with and feel very calm and seen is the best gift of life.
It really is the best gift.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
And I think we all need more of it. So in this month of love, I feel like we should give it to ourselves. So it's hey, we're talking about Galentines. If you're not a gal, I hope you've stayed in and heard a little bit about what we said, because it can be anybody. Anybody. Guys, go out with your buddies,
Totally.
Go pickleball. Go, have a dinner out. Just do something with your friends, because time is going to pass.
Totally. And I think you said it perfectly, especially in this season of, Midwesties. We are freezing. We are thawed. But we need that extra little fire lit, that extra little bit of hope to make us warm in an unconventional way that is not my Dyson heater that is running 24 hours of the day. But, something that just really anchors us in these friendships. And it's just really important for who we are as humans and for us to kind of grow and evolve. I think too, to see friendships grow and evolve is one of my favorite parts of being friends with people.
Right.
Because I think you get to see their growth.
Yes.
You get to cheer them on. You get to go through the hard parts with them. but you can help be a constant and be there for them. And I think that's so beautiful.
And something that you, I will say, do very well. And I think the most important thing is I was thinking with listening to you is that is a level of intimacy.
Totally.
You know, like intimacy is wide and it has breadth and it has different ways to feel it. But that's a way that we can experience true intimacy with our friends is being there during those hard times and holding people through it. So I hope everybody has an opportunity to hold someone through their life and celebrate and have some fun this month, whatever that looks like. So
I completely agree. So like you said, gals, guys, pals, whoever you got, embrace them, even if it's not going out. Have that 12-minute conversation or 7 or
Whatever.
hour or whatever. Reach out to your people. Tell them you care. Ask a question about how their lives are doing, because it really can improve and boost that mood, and something we all need right now.
yeah, never going to regret it.
Never.
And remember,
After every breakdown.
don't forget the bubbles.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And thank you for joining us on our second episode of the Month of Love.
Love.
And coming up, we'll be talking more about self-love. So catch us on the next episode. And if you have been just loving us, _! Please make sure you're following us on Bubbles and Breakdowns on Instagram. Click that like button, follow us, and share this with someone who needs a reminder.
Totally. And listen to us on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Catch you next time.
See ya.